Ladies and gentlemen, kindly take your seats. And please, take a moment now to silence your cell phones. Thank you.
Welcome back to Neighborhood Journal. The All-Stars Project is a non-for-profit, nonpartisan organization that creates outside-of-school educational and performing arts activities for thousands of young people each year. And our Neighborhood Journal cameras caught up with some All-Stars right here in Newark.
The All-Stars Project of New Jersey is dedicated to promoting human development through the use of an innovative performance-based model by creating educational and performing arts activities for many underprivileged youth in the Newark area.
The purpose of it is to invite young people, families, our supporters from the suburbs, a diverse grouping of people to come to the center, literally roll up their sleeves and be co-creators with us.
We're creating group mentoring and relationship building activities using our performance-based approach so that basically the people of New Jersey can come together and create new performances, new conversations, and new relationships.
I came here several months ago for the ribbon cutting, and I was greeted by a young person. I think the young person was no older than maybe 12 or 13, but just how confident that person was and greeting me and showing me around and giving the tour. I said, if this is what they do, we ought to bottle this and package it and really make it available through best practices and collaborations for many other existing youth programs.
It's a development center. That's what it is. It's an opportunity to develop all of the young people and families in Newark, and we need a robust grouping of people to come together to make that development happen.
You can literally see a transformation of a young person who comes here and they're quiet, they're shy, they're withdrawn, but through the different performances and the programs here, they really come out of that shell and really is a caterpillar blossoming to a wonderful butterfly.
Round and around and around and around we go.
Because all too often, places are just not designed for the kids. And not a day passes where I feel so great that our young people in the poorest communities walk around with that smile and say, this is for me, that I deserve this place. And they kind of spread their wings and then they fly. That's precious. There's nothing that can replace that for me.
Yeah! Give it up, give it up, give it up!
The All-Stars has partnerships with 80 corporations throughout New Jersey and hundreds of corporate leaders, philanthropists, and caring adults and families that have all come together to keep these wonderful programs going strong.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the All-Stars Project of New Jersey's 2013 Benefit Dinner, Building Bridges, Creating Opportunities, a new play for Newark. Our host for this evening's program is an accomplished reporter for Eyewitness News at WABC TV in New York. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Darla Miles.
What a welcome. Did you guys like that big band music? If I had known, I would have, prepared a little routine for you guys. I can tell everyone's having such a great time at the cocktail hour, just catching up, seeing old faces, new faces. You're having a lot of fun, and we're going to have a lot of fun tonight. So the fun will absolutely continue. I am so happy to be here for this celebration. This is my first time, and I'm very humbled and I'm very grateful that you invited me to be your MC tonight. So thank you so much for that. Thank you. As you know, the All-Stars has created an inspiring community of support here in New Jersey. Just look around the room. You guys are among the people who make All-Stars possible. Thank you for that, and thank you for coming out to help shine a spotlight on tonight's honoree. Tonight's honoree has made a substantial contribution to the growth of the All-Stars and the Scott Flam Center for after-school development. Our champion, Gus Milano. Tonight, we will also be presenting the All-Stars Community Spirit Award to 5 grassroots and community leaders who are working on the front lines to bring positive change to Newark's communities. I would also like to acknowledge many people who are here today who are new to the All-Stars, just like me. Welcome, because we are also glad that you guys are with us tonight as well. As a reporter and a Bergen County resident, it is always my pleasure to tell a great New Jersey story. And in my opinion, that is exactly what the All-Stars is all about. It's a true story about people coming together to make life better for our city's youth and better for all of us. So, you've gotten a taste of the All-Stars from the opening video for those of you who are new to the program. But now, here to tell us the story behind the story, please welcome John Rankin, the production manager of the All-Stars Project's Castillo Theater in New York City. John?
The All-Stars Project of New Jersey launched in Newark in 1999. Driven by the passion of our director, Gloria Strickland, and the uncompromising commitment of a handful of founding sponsors, the All-Stars set out to create a new center for our youth development and community building model. We were independent and scrappy, and from the very modest beginning, our goal was nothing short of helping all of Newark's young people to grow. We were fortunate to have a good friend of the All-Stars in our corner, a great champion and longtime advocate for the people of Newark, the late Congressman Donald Payne. With his support, the All-Stars of New Jersey held its first events at Westside Park and built an early partnership with the Boys and Girls Club. Families from New Jersey's suburban communities began to see the potential of this new startup in Newark and stepped in to invest in us. And in turn, we were inspired by them. The Alicio family, the Vaquera family, the Andrus family, the Tata family, the Morris family, and many others. Gloria Strickland was joined by Dr. Bonnie Gilden, a seasoned fundraiser and community builder. And in 2000, we launched the Development School for Youth, which galvanized our growing partnership with New Jersey's business community. Hundreds of individuals and corporations signed on to partner with the All-Stars, led by D&B, MetLife, Lucent, Panasonic, PricewaterhouseCoopers, and many others. All-Stars continue to build our relationships in community and grow our programs and expand our partnerships. As thousands of young people began to experience hope and the possibility of new success in their lives, Gloria and the New Jersey team began to envision a new kind of possibility for Newark, a youth center, and entirely dedicated to performance and play that would bring cutting-edge after-school practices to the poorest of kids. And out of tragedy, the dream moved forward. Scott Flam, a dedicated All-Stars volunteer, passed away in 2006. And his family and friends stepped forward to honor and build on his philanthropic values and commitment to Newark's inner-city youth. They were crucial in driving our capital campaign forward. Then, in 2010, the All-Stars stood shoulder to shoulder with Newark Mayor Cory Booker and publicly announced an expansion campaign that would establish a new kind of development space for youth in downtown Newark. And in March of 2013, this dream became a reality. In the presence of corporate, civic, and political leaders from across Newark and New Jersey, we cut a giant red ribbon and opened the state-of-the-art, 9,000 square foot Scott Flamm Center for After-School Development right in the middle of Newark's downtown arts district. The Scott Flamm Center is now the heart of our efforts in New Jersey, where free programs and classes are available to all. Leading corporations from around Newark and New Jersey, including Tiffany & Co., Novartis, PSEG, Investors Bank, PwC, Hartz Mountain Industries, MetLife, and Ernst & Young, continue to spearhead professional workshops, sponsor summer interns, and underwrite program growth. Continuing a practice that stretches back to our founding days, All-Star staff and volunteers can be found on street corners and in schools of Newark every week, inviting people, young and old, to become a part of this new chapter of growth. Building on our unique success on the streets and in the communities, All Stars has launched an Institute for After-School Development, which brings together educators, policymakers, and researchers from Rutgers, Montclair State University, and others to share what we've learned over the past 30 years. The Scott Flamm Center has become a hub for training. This summer, All Stars alumni helped lead development trainings with hundreds of New Jersey corporate professionals, graduate students from New Jersey universities, and practitioners from 11 countries around the world. That's the way development spreads. After 8 months, 2,800 people have walked through the center's doors. For more than a third of them, it was for the first time. And that number continues to grow. With that growth, we can bring Newark to the national front lines as a leader in best practices for urban renewal and growth. All Stars is a Newark success story, and we're just getting started. Thank you. Now, please join me in welcoming two of our dynamic alumni leaders, Hania Glenn and Dwayne Dixon.
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you, John. My name is Dwayne Dixon, and I grew up on Marion Ave, right here in Newark. It was very tough. I'm the second oldest of a family of 5. My friends and I remember we would laugh because we had very similar stories. Like during the colder months, if the heat didn't work, my entire family, we would sleep downstairs to keep warm at night. Or if the fridge didn't work, well, that's just what it was. And I thought that for everyone. We didn't know we were poor. After our house was broken into for a 6th time, we moved to Roselle, but even after moving to a better neighborhood, we were still living in poverty. Not much changed, and my mother didn't even like me leaving the house. Since graduating from high school in 2009, I've buried 6 friends, one being just 2 weeks ago. Most due to gang violence, others being in the wrong place at the wrong time. I was always taught we have to live with things the way they are, accept them, and move on. Then I met the All Stars Project, and everything started to change. My life started to change. I was challenged to perform as a leader. I had to go to places I had never been before, like professional places of business. My DSY internship, they placed me at a forensic anthropologic security company. Just last week, I got to interview the CEO of New Jersey Performing Arts Center, John Schreiber, who's here with us tonight. Yes. Where else would I have been able to do things like that? That's what we want to give everyone. We call it development.
Good evening. Very good. My name is Hania Glenn. I grew up in Irvington. After moving around a lot due to the financial problems in my family, I wound up at a vocational high school that wasn't the best. There weren't enough books for the students, and the teachers barely knew the subjects they were teaching. After school, a lot of kids would get robbed outside of the school, being told to run their pockets. And even with cops everywhere, no one felt safe. It seemed like the teachers were just trying to pick up a paycheck. I kept going to school, but a lot of people that I know didn't, and I get why, but then what? There's nothing to do, and so people just hang out in the corners. I needed something else, and thankfully, I found the All-Stars. It hasn't been easy. I've always been kind of shy, so doing this a year or two ago would have been unthinkable, maybe even now. We're challenged to take new risks and try new ways of being in the world. And we're fortunate to have connections to people like you that help us to participate in the world in bigger ways. Dwayne and I have been students, volunteers, and are now part-time staff at the All-Stars Project. And we're so thankful and excited to have the opportunity to give development to more and more young people in our cities. Thank you.
Wow, congratulations to the New Jersey All-Stars on all of the work done this year, and especially all of the growth this year and the work it's done throughout the years. Let's give Hania and Dwayne another round of applause. That took a lot of courage. I'll share something quickly about Hania. She told me she was nervous and she was very shy, so again, you did a great job. Again, it's just so great to hear how the All-Stars has impacted their lives, and it's impacting the lives of 40,000 young people and their families as All-Stars continues to grow and expand across the country. In fact, I'm originally from Fort Worth, Texas, which is the Dallas area, and before I came to New York, I worked there, and I was really, really excited to find out that the All-Stars has opened an office there. So that's good. It continues to expand. It is now my pleasure to bring to the stage the woman who is the driving force behind this expansion. Please welcome President and CEO of the All-Stars Project, Gabrielle L. Kurlander.
Thank you, Darla. Good evening. Good evening. Dwayne taught me how to do that. It's great to be here and join with you, and welcome to you all. Welcome to our new friends. It's great to be here to celebrate the All-Stars Project of New Jersey and to give special recognition to tonight's honoree, Gus Milano. Gus is Managing Director at Hartz Mountain Industries, and we're very proud to be honoring him here tonight. But my pride is based on some things that you might not expect. Of course, the All-Stars is so gratified that Gus chose our organization to support and that he's introduced so many people, his friends and business associates, to the All-Stars. But the meaning of Gus's support goes deeper than simply acknowledging his good work. You see, Gus Milano is a son of Newark. His grandfather came here in the early 20th century. He told me his grandfather, the first member of his family, came here in 1905. And his father graduated from Barringer High School, where we produce our All-Stars talent shows. Gus was raised in suburban New Jersey, and he was able to take advantage of the opportunities that came his way. He was able to climb the ladder of success, and in 2 generations, his immigrant family moved out of poverty and into prosperity. He lived what we like to call the American dream. These days, however, that ladder of opportunity is not as available as it once was. The rungs of that ladder have weakened, and today's sons and daughters of Newark are as likely to slip through the rungs as they are to be able to climb them. In giving his support to All Stars and in being honored here tonight, Gus is saying it is necessary, it is urgent that we create new tools for helping young people to develop, to create, and to seize opportunities, to find and to climb the ladder of success. The innovation that is the All Stars is a groundbreaking approach to addressing poverty. Many of the traditional approaches and solutions to social problems have hit a wall. Tens of millions of Americans are poor and living in communities racked by violence and despair. Government has created a safety net, and that's important because a net keeps you from crashing to the ground. But have you ever tried to climb out of a net? Most people become hopelessly entangled in the mesh. You can't stand up straight and walk forward. You can't link your arms and your life with someone else and create any forward motion. What the All Stars has built upon, and what traditional approaches have failed to understand, is that charity may help some people get by, but it isn't going to transform poor communities. But we believe that development and growth will. That's why we must move beyond charity to growth. Cities are still vibrant centers of culture and commerce, but they must also provide pathways out of poverty. With the All Stars thriving now in 5 major American cities, New York, Chicago, San Francisco, Dallas, and of course, here in Newark, we are more and more able to share our breakthrough discoveries and to put them to work. The great radical urbanist wrote a famous book, the urbanist Jane Jacobs. It was called The Death and Life of Great American Cities, and in it she observed the following, quote, "Cities have the capability of providing something for everybody, only because and only when they are created by everybody." The All Stars is organizing everybody from all communities to create growth for everybody. That is our mission. That is our dream. We have 5 cities and a dream. And Newark is one place where the dream is becoming a reality. Only 10 miles from the Big Apple, in 1922, did you know Newark had 63 live theaters, 46 movie theaters, and a vibrant nightlife? Just 5 blocks from here, the corner of Broad Street and Market was the busiest intersection in the United States. It was the nation's 4 corners of jazz, burlesque, and vaudeville. Newark is the birthplace of many luminaries, including Sarah Vaughan, Philip Roth, and Whitney Houston. Until the mid-40s, Newark was had a thriving industrial base and port. It was the brick city. But as deindustrialization and globalization undercut Newark's economic base, poverty worsened. And in the mid-60s, social unrest exploded, and Newark was the scene of the most violent explosions. The 1967 riots resulted in white flight, a significant population loss of the city's middle class, which continued from the 1970s right through to the 1990s as the city lost 130,000 residents and a tax base. Newark became a poor urban center surrounded by but disconnected from its middle class and affluent suburbs. Today, more than 50% of the population in Newark live below the poverty line, the highest poverty rate here in over 50 years. It was into this history, and you just saw a little bit about it, that All Stars came to Newark in the late 1990s. Our work in New Jersey went right at that rigid urban-suburban divide. As we began working in one of the richest and poorest states in America, we asked ourselves this question: How do you connect poor people, African American, Latino people in Newark to affluent people in the suburbs? We have done that, and we are one of the only community organizations in Newark that has created this connection. With the opening last spring of the All-Stars Scott Flamm Center for After-School Development, I am proud to report that the All-Stars has become one of the leading after-school programs in New Jersey. And we are establishing a new vision for after school. We are proving that after school must not be about remediation or even just recreation. It must be all about growth. Growth for the poor, growth for everyone who wants to move their community and our country forward. In New Jersey, the ongoing investment in human growth and development by wealthy suburbanites and poor Newarkers is creating a new play for Newark. Gus Milano is one of the stars of our new play for Newark, and we couldn't be more proud to honor him here tonight. Now is the time for us to come together and move our country to a new era of opportunity. Let's dream new dreams for all of us, young and old, rich and poor, with everybody, for everybody. Let's create new possibilities, new paradigms from coast to coast. That's what All Stars is all about in Dallas, New York, Chicago, San Francisco, and here in Newark. So thank you, Gus. Your compassion and your vision are what makes All Stars shine so bright.
What a great speech. Thanks again, Gabrielle. Very inspiring. So many of you have been sitting at your tables for a while, and you may have already met your youth host for the evening. I see they've already made a good impression. Well, this is their formal introduction. Let's just say that they are enrolled in the Development School for Youth. And as you see tonight, they're trying out some new performances in new places. So youth host, please stand up and take a bow so we can formally celebrate you. I think you guys can take a seat. You may have already found that they have a lot of questions. They have very interesting lives. If they're shy, this is the door that's formally being opened. Why don't you chat with them, enjoy your dinner, and we will resume the program shortly. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. And now, please welcome back our host, Darla Miles.
I didn't know I was going to get the big band music twice. I had time to put a little routine together. Sounds like you guys are really enjoying dinner and, again, just catching up with each other. And I really hope that you had a chance to speak with your youth host, because I know they are just really cherish the opportunity to be here tonight and to ask the questions. That's right, let's give them another round of applause. And they're really great, and we're looking forward to seeing what they're going to do. Now, I'd also like to acknowledge a number of special guests who are here with us this evening. First of all, I'd like to recognize the chair of the All-Stars Project National Board of Directors, Richard Socolow. Richard? I'd also like to recognize co-founder of the All-Stars Project, Dr. Lenora Fulani. And tonight would not be possible without all of the volunteers and the staff of All-Stars Project New Jersey. So can you please stand if you're a volunteer or if you work with the project so we can recognize you as well. Now I'd like for you to welcome to the stage some of the people who are responsible for the success of tonight's event. Please welcome the benefit co-chairs, Derek DeRicio, a vice president and controller with PSEG, Dominic Rizzo, a partner at PricewaterhouseCoopers, Richard S. Spengler, an executive vice president and chief lending officer with Investors Bank, and Jim Gunning, an executive vice president with CBRE. Got a fan club, I see. They will also be joined by Deborah Stone, an assistant vice president with Hartz Mountain Industries, and from the All-Stars, Sue Davies and Craig Pattison. Let's welcome all of them to the stage.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Deborah Stone. I'm delighted to be with all of you tonight. The All-Stars Project is 100% privately funded through donations of thousands of New Jersey philanthropic families and forward-thinking companies, many of whom are here in the room. This is the best part. We are proud to announce that we have raised a record-breaking $700,000 tonight. We want to acknowledge the dynamic sales team for this event, Sue Davies, Craig Pattison, of the All-Stars Project, and most importantly, the Hartz executive team, and their help in raising all this money for us. And a big thanks to everyone here for your generosity. Again, thank you so much from all of us.
Great job, $700,000. That's really impressive, guys. Now, along with the youth leaders, Tanaje Hinton and Alvin Fisher, please welcome the director of the New Jersey All-Stars, Gloria Strickland, and All-Stars Newark City leader, Chris Street.
When I came to Newark 14 years ago, I did what we've always done to build the All-Stars. I hit the streets. I walked around the communities. I visited schools and churches. I spoke to young people wherever I could find them. And along the way, I met and was welcomed by a wonderful group of community, cultural, and philanthropic leaders. It was not always easy being the new kid on the block, so the support and the friendship of these colleagues, what they have shown me and the All-Stars over the years, is deeply appreciated. You're going to meet 5 of them tonight. people whose courage and commitment have kept hope and possibility alive for Newark even in the most difficult and discouraging times.
Good evening. My congratulations to Gus and our fundraising leaders. Tonight is a celebration of great people and organizations who are providing leadership every day here in Newark to the community and to families. A vibrant nonprofit sector is a critical part of moving Newark forward. We need to work together, we need to share best practices, and create synergies. So Gloria and I are proud tonight to give the first annual All-Stars Project of New Jersey Community Spirit Awards to some of these outstanding individuals and organizations.
As a member of the Grammy Award-winning group, Naughty by Nature, Vinnie Brown helped to found one of the most successful and popular hip-hop groups in the music history. As a son of East Orange, he knows the struggles of our young people firsthand. He's a good friend of the All-Stars, whose creative talents and marketing savvy are matched only by his big heart and generous spirit. Please welcome Vinnie Brown.
Under the leadership of Carlos Leniax, the Big Brothers Big Sisters program in Newark, in the Newark area, has grown to become one of the 5 largest mentoring organizations in the country. Carlos walks the streets of our communities and signs people up and has them say yes to youth development. Gloria and I are proud to call him a friend and a partner. Please welcome Carlos Leniax.
After spending 17 years in prison, Earl Best, better known as the Street Doctor, has dedicated his life to preaching nonviolence and serving Newark's poorest neighborhoods. From the first moment the All-Stars met this remarkable brother, we recognized a kindred spirit, an outside-the-box thinker, willing to work with whoever he can to make sure our young people not only survive, but develop. Please welcome the Street Doctor.
As co-founder of the Barrett Foundation and a talented photographer, Chandri Barrett is one of Newark's most enthusiastic advocates for the importance and the power of art and performance in transforming the lives of young people. The All-Stars had the good fortune to work with the Barrett Foundation in this year's Creation Nation Parade. We look forward to many more creative collaborations to benefit the community. Please welcome Chandri Barrett.
An award-winning film, television, and theater producer with deep roots in the arts, John Schreiber has brought a passion for community building and diversity to one of the region's most important cultural institutions, NJPAC. As its president and CEO, he has made sure NJPAC's doors are open to the All-Stars and other community and youth organizations. Please welcome John Schreiber.
Good evening, everyone. All right, come on. Good evening, everyone. Exactly. We have to keep the precedent going. I am here rooted in the belief that to he who much is given, much is required. And indeed, I know I've been blessed. And tonight, indeed, is a blessing for us all. This is a rare occasion in many of our communities. This story is not fully captured or not fully told yet. What happens with the All-Stars project, and it's a very unique group of individuals who are very mission-driven. This is not just a job. You get these awards, and along with my fellow honorees, we get these awards, but it's less about the award itself. It's more about who gives you these awards and the people behind them and their heart, their intention aligned with impact in our community. And All-Stars led by Gloria, a great team, Gloria, Chris, Tim, Sue, Bonnie, an amazing board of trustees. I see my friend Raj and Bonnie Granatier here. They really have been able to, for years and indeed decades, touch so many lives, the ripples of effect of which have yet been told. And what's happening here in this evening is a narrative that can transform the narrative of our communities, one child at a time, one family member at a time, and indeed inform what can go on in the entire country. I'm humbled to stand alongside such titans in our community, from Vin Brown, who uses his platform and his celebrity to be able to articulate and shout out on social justice issues. Not many people with his stature are able to convey and use that platform for social justice matters. John Schreiber, a real titan not only in Newark, but indeed New Jersey, leading the way not only to be able to lead a world-class institution just across the street at NJPAC, but being rooted in the community and stepping up in ways in which Gloria had mentioned. Big Brothers Big Sisters has been a beneficiary of that. Countless other organizations have been a beneficiary that the children behind our programs have benefited from his leadership. Street, a legend in our community, Street Doctor, his grassroots effort, his energy, his intention, his true blend has been all his life, using perhaps a liability in his life and turning it into an asset, a necessary asset, to transform the lives of those who may face crossroads in his life, much like he did at one point in time. And Ms. Barrett, the Barrett Foundation, offering transformative leadership, especially offering a new space of imagination and creativity for the arts and indeed our community to inform what's going on in our community, but then indeed kind of push our imagination, our sense of possibility around the state. And to the All-Stars leaders and Chris and Gloria, 8 years ago, I was in a panel with Ms. Strickland, and it was one of those things where I gave my talk about social justice and Gloria gave her talk about social justice, and then we kind of said, we've got to meet each other, and at that point I was an administrator of a charter school at North Star Academy, and many of our young people are still beneficiaries of what happened in that conversation, and we realized indeed with an alignment that was egoless and about our children, and in true spirit of partnership, we're able to transform what was able to be offered in our school with our children in partnership with All-Stars Project. Now wearing another hat, Big Brothers Big Sisters, we certainly have been able to collaborate in a new form. I'm here derivative and driven by an old biblical saying that the two fundamental days in a person's life are the day you're born and the day you know why. And indeed, tonight is part of my why. Indeed, this collective energy, this collective intention towards impact in the lives of our children are part of our why and how we can transform the narrative written about our community. And this story has yet to be told. I'm humbled and thank you. On behalf of all honoraries, we thank you very much.
Congratulations again to all of our honorees. At this time, I'd like to invite to the stage a very special group of women and men. Each of them is an All-Stars graduate. Their performances on and off the stage have helped establish the program here in Newark. So it should come as no surprise to learn that when these young people, who are now just a little bit older, when they were invited to create an alumni committee and help make a few friends in the New Jersey program, they enthusiastically accepted. Please join me in welcoming members of the All-Stars Project of New Jersey Alumni Committee, Adafio, Otto, and Shalon Edwards.
All right, first things first, I have to be brutally honest with all of you. You guys are so smooth, it's almost unbearable. So if you guys can clap it up for yourselves, you guys, I'm thankful for you guys coming out tonight. Thank you so much. My name is Adafio Addo, and I'm alumnus of the All-Stars Project. On behalf of the Alumni Leadership Committee, we're proud to commit ourselves to helping grow the All-Stars and realize the vision for the Flam Center. Every young person needs the opportunity to work with Ms. Gloria Strickland, my DSY mom. Clap it up. Along with the 80 other alumni and volunteers, fundraising and building the All-Stars in new ways. Tonight, we want to shine light on our great friends of the All-Stars as young people who live lives and have been forever changed by the All-Stars. We want to give big props to the corporations who have become about everyone's growing young and ability to be young and old. One of our leading champions is DirecTV. They've been one of the All-Stars corporate partners and most generous donors for the last 5 years. But writing big checks is not all that they do. It surely isn't. People from the company lead workshops for the Development School for Youth and sponsor summer internships for all of our graduates. And that's really dope for DirecTV and their contribution. What they've been able to do is to create a pro bono marketing campaign designed to make sure that many more people get to hear about and become involved with the All-Stars. This summer, DirecTV launched a campaign which valued over $200,000, clap it up a little bit, right, with marketing materials that present the All-Stars performance approach in a bold and refreshing ways. Yeah, I met that guy once. He's all right. He's cool. He's cool. Yeah. It's lovely, lovely. You saw the print ads when you walked in this evening, and we're about to watch the premiere of the short film DirecTV created to answer the question, how do we know that the All-Stars is successful? The video will be available on the All-Stars YouTube page and also broadcasted on the part of DirecTV's community service initiatives. I'd like to bring to the stage members of DirecTV team that created this great campaign. First, starting off with David Bradley, Cara Brugnoli, Pam Duckworth, Max Jerome, Ryan Silbert, and John Vetter. These guys are so fly, it's unnecessary. Thank you guys so much. Let's give them a good round of applause for each one of them. Now, Pam.
Hey, guys. All right, so for about the past 4 or 5 years, we've had the good fortune to work with a bunch of the All-Stars as our interns. And these young women and men that have worked with us in national advertising, in public relations, and creative services have actually changed our lives. So this year, under the leadership of our EVP and CMO, Paul Guayardo, who unfortunately couldn't be here tonight, he gave us the money and everything to create these programs that our interns actually got to work with us on. So what we've done is we put together the marketing campaign under John Vetter. Come on over here, John. He did all the print. He did about 6 or 7 different campaigns, and then we landed on a couple different ones. And then my team, I had the fortune of bringing Ryan Silbert on, who is an Academy Award winner, documentarian. And we worked with the All-Stars, and we put together this fabulous video that we really hope you love. But first, a word from John.
I just really want to say thanks to Chris and Pam and Gloria. The thing I continue to learn as we grow with this organization is the real truth behind opportunity is that you don't realize when it's going to change the trajectory of your life. Each time we meet with these kids, I realize what we feel is small is so big, and that's the thing that changed all of what we are sharing today. So the opportunity to work with the All-Stars has been an incredible blessing for us at DirecTV and this incredible team that actually did the work. So the video you're about to see is something we're really proud of. We really want to thank Paul Gallardo again for bringing this opportunity to us, and we look forward to more opportunities with the All-Stars project. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Just want to say thank you to Pam and John. So yeah, let's take a look into this video.
So my parents came to this country in the early 80s. My parents were scared, very lost, not knowing the language, not knowing this whole thing. Growing up in this city, if they were scared of what was out there, they had no idea how I'll live in this world.
When you're from a certain neighborhood, there is no hope at all.
We're all informed in some sense, I think, by our backgrounds. I come from a place where people are very poor.
It's tough, because we never had a lot of opportunities.
Those things kind of form like a ceiling, if you will, for you, because you feel like you can't do anything, so.
For me, corporate America was pretty foreign.
I didn't know what to say. I didn't know what to ask people. I didn't know what to do. I was uncomfortable.
I had no clue.
It's my first business job. I worked, but not worked in this kind of setting. Fortune 500 company. This is not like working at GameStop or McDonald's. This is completely different.
Starting the All-Stars was one of the most important things I've done in my life.
The All-Stars provide hope and opportunity for people who don't feel like there is any hope.
They take young people and they shape them and mold them.
You learn different aspects of everything, like how to talk to people, public speaking and things like that, which is great because you need to be a well-rounded person.
They just let you come out of your shell.
Kind of make them become amazing adults. So
I remember throughout the course of what was my fall semester in high school, we would go out and we'd visit different businesses, different places, and speak to different professionals who were interested in talking with students who were in the Development School for Youth. And one of the ones that I remember was going to a courthouse. We met some lawyers, and we met a judge. And she said, what are you guys interested in doing? And no one really had anything to say, including myself, because like I said, I was shy. She really let us know. She said, hey, listen, this isn't gonna work unless you guys are willing to kind of step out, take some of the sunlight, take some of the exposure, step into an opportunity. At the end of the day, she wanted us to take advantage of what we had in front of us.
We call it a station for development, where corporate partners and arts partners and young people and their families come together.
We're bringing people together who normally don't come together.
We're bringing in young men and women and giving them this opportunity to be exposed to things that they otherwise would not have an opportunity to be exposed to.
They don't know about the bigger world, so they come to the All-Stars and they go through this developmental process that really does nothing less than open up the world to them.
When you see that tremendous development happen over the course of the 6 weeks, that's probably the most fun part about DSY.
And it must have been maybe 7, 8 years later, and I was just flipping through the headlines. One of the headlines said, President Obama nominates Sonia Sotomayor to the Supreme Court. And I remember that name. That was the woman who spoke to us that day. It was really at that moment that I really understood the kinds of opportunities that a program like DSY presents. And now, here I am. I'm in law school on the precipice of actually becoming a lawyer because of that day in the courtroom.
Young people who are growing up in poor communities, they are working to survive every day.
It's very hard to be a kid nowadays. It's really tough.
We use performance as a tool to help them to grow and to go all kinds of new places.
They get improv, they get acting lessons, voice lessons, dance and movement lessons, a little dance, you know, I mean, it's just, but really what you're teaching them is a model to how to communicate in the world that they're going to have to go out and operate in someday, as opposed to the 6-block radius that we all live in. It's not the lazy choice. It's something that you have to commit to because you have to make the choice. You got to get on the train afterwards, after school, and it's so simple. It's development through performance, development.
And business people will say to us, your kids, the kids who come through All-Stars and this performance training, they are great team players.
Like, I'm 17 and I'm interning at one of the big 4 accounting firms in the world.
I'm currently an intern at DirecTV.
I could say I had an internship before even entering college, which to me is like, wow, never would have that opportunity without the All-Stars coming into my life.
Say, hey, my first time in a conference room was at the All-Stars. First time building a resume was at the All-Stars. The first time interacting with someone that doesn't quite look like me was at the All-Stars. Definitely opened my eyes to what my possibilities were that I never knew existed.
There's more to life than just staying in your neighborhood.
My name is Lindsay McKenzie. I'm a Development School for Youth alumnus, and I am currently enrolled in Harvard Law School.
There's more to life than just being stuck in like a kind of a bubble kind of thing.
I'm currently working at AIG Corporate.
Officially a senior training manager at a large Fortune 500 wireless telecommunication company.
Currently working for the Obama administration.
There's more to life than just sit in a classroom.
The All-Stars, it brings out the star in each individual that walks into the door. It is phenomenal. It's life-changing as well.
And then when I came here, I learned that you could be successful in other aspects of life. I could say they provide you with an opportunity and hope when you feel like there's no hope in life.
Helping to do something that will eventually, somewhere down the line, yes, change the world.
Not only do they push you as the individual, they push themselves as an organization, and we grow as a community, and it only gets better from there.
I really don't know where my life would have been without the All-Stars.
Wow. Wow. Absolutely. What a beautiful, beautiful piece. Let's give the DirecTV team another round of applause. Woo! Beautiful. All-Stars helps our kids to grow. It works. And we need more of it. So I'm going to ask you to do 2 things tonight. I want to ask all of the youth hosts to give one of these envelopes and a pen to everyone at your table. Does everyone have one? Great. The first thing I'm asking you to do is to make a financial pledge. Some of you can give and pledge at the top levels, and that's what we need you to do. Others can give more modestly, and almost everyone can give something. The second thing I want you to do is to sign up and get involved, and especially to provide a paid summer internship for this year's graduates of the Development School for Youth. We are placing 150 young people in internships this summer, so this is your chance to to give a life-changing opportunity to one or more of our young people. So you've got two things to do tonight. I'm going to give you a minute, and your host will collect the envelopes as soon as you're ready. Thank you so much for your support, now and always.
Now it's time for the fun, rocking part of tonight's program. You guys ready for that? I'm sorry. Let's try this again. Are you guys ready? I know you're focused on donating a lot of money to the All-Stars, so let's try that one more time. Are you guys ready for the talent show? At this time, I'd like to welcome back to the stage hip-hop pioneer Vinnie Brown and our All-Stars talent show MC Dwayne Dixon.
Check, check. How y'all feel out there in Newark, New Jersey? Let's go! How many of you ever heard this song at the Giants Stadium? Any football stadium, any sports event? We're still here. Hello, Newark. It's time to celebrate the growth and development of our young people with a good old-fashioned show. Y'all ready to do this? Somebody say yeah!
Now, everybody, please put your hands together and give a big All-Stars round of applause for Bosh, Zahaya Battle, C Blaze, B-Rap, and Jamir. Let's go, give it up!
Yes, sir. Yo, Bosh, the big homie Bosh, I know his mother. She went to school with us, East Orange High School. Bosh, let's get this thing started and welcome everybody to the streets. Let's go.
Yo, yo, yo. How y'all doing out there? Y'all all right? All right, shout out to All-Stars. I'm really glad to be here. Like, I really am. This song is called Streets. So I'm gonna take y'all on a little tour. Check. I say, it's Bosh. Growing up, on the ass posted up. Dope fiends, terrorist dreams, giving them mic and I'm blowing it up. And I'm slowing it down when I started heat up and my soldiers erupt. Then they get hungry to beat the eat up. Eating so rapidly you can keep up. And I gotta make it. For my family stereotype, I gotta break it. So I can prove that black boys won't lose. But will in fact, wake up and put race alarms on snooze. Most affected by the laws, but could do anything we choose. Hot dog, I used to relish in the moment, trying to catch up on the happiest of emotions. When I thought that me and his bond could not be broken, but realize when they got spoken. Vivid visions of father figure, hard to consider. Being affected by bad decisions and drinking liquor. Hypocritical individuals is so typical, but miserable to the mental and the physical. Might drive you to the pinnacle, really trying to get into you. Devil trying to enter you, trying to put an end to you. Be strong, never display when you weak, cause that's when all your close friends will get you before you speak. Real ish, cold world, full of people packing heat, and I'm just trying to find my way through these streets. Cold world, full of people packing heat, and I'm just trying to find my way through these streets. One.
Yes, sir. And now, I'd like to introduce you to a young man who's gonna sing a song you know well. And this song is a love song. Please welcome Mr. Jamir Battle.
Don't realize that I should have bought you flowers and held your head. Should have gave you all my hours when I had that chance. all you wanna do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but she's dancing with another man. My pride, my ego, my needs, my selfish ways, you cause good, strong women like you walk out my life. Now I'll never get to clean up the mess I made, and it hurts me every time I close my eyes. It all just sounds like ooh. Too young, too dumb to realize that I should have bought you flowers and held your hand. Should have gave you all my hours when I had the chance. Take you to every party, 'cause all you wanted to do was dance. Now my baby's dancing, but she's dancing with another man.
All right, give it up for Jameer. Now, next to the stage, put your hands together for the moves of C Blaze and B Red.
Work it, make it, do it, makes us harder, better, faster, stronger.
To the I to the T, Ying to the Yang, up in this thing, D to the rock, my nigga came up in the cut, pouring it up, rolling it up, holding it up, ain't her breast swollen or what? Yes sir, oh, we gon' take it back like these and Vogues, nasty as I wanna be, that makes me too loud for your crew, get down, get low, I'm crossing these moments like tic-tac-toe, let's ride, let's go, get loose, get drunk, get blowed, that's right, let's roll, M-I-A-A-T-L for show.
And that's Miss Zanaya Battle getting in on the act. Let's go! Let's go!
Dangerous. If you're one of us, then roll with us. 'Cause we make the hipsters fall in love when we got our hot pants on and up. And yes, of course we does. We run in this town just like a club. And no, you don't want to mess with us. Got Jesus on my necklace. Got that glitter on my eyes. Stockings ripped all up the side. Looking sick and sexy fight. So let's go, let's go. Tonight we're going hard, 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 hard. Just like the world is ours. We're tearing it apart, apart. You know we're superstars. We are who we are. We're dancing like we're done. Our bodies go numb. We'll be forever young. Young. You know we're superstars. We are who we are.
Let's give it up for all of our youth performers.
Great job. I could tell think I saw a few of you guys who wanted to get up and actually dance, right? See? You busted. They did a great job. Let's give them another round of applause. Now it's time to shine a spotlight on tonight's honoree. Please welcome back to the stage Gloria Strickland and Chris Street, joined by co-chair of the All-Stars Project of New Jersey's Board of Directors, Robert Ross.
Good evening. There we go. This is a fantastic evening. Our honoree is a wonderful person, but before I acknowledge him, how about the DirecTV piece? Was that outstanding? That was outstanding. And I've done a lot of work, and I've had a lot of experience with people getting involved with the All-Stars. And there's a spirit and a character that people bring to the work. And I could sum it up in there's 3 significant characteristics. First is they see the kids, they see what we're doing, and they have some compassion. Secondly, they recognize that we're privately funded, and they bring their generosity. And then third, they see that what we're doing is a little different, it's a little outside the box, and they have a vision. I've never worked with somebody who came in the door and actually had all 3 of those things going really strong, full blast, like our honoree tonight. Gus is truly just a wonderful spirit, and we're so lucky to have him. And so let's learn a little bit more about Gus.
I just think through my life, I've seen the social and economic divide in this country, and I think there's a class that hasn't really had the opportunity, and we're providing some of that opportunity. I think the Flam Center was critical in providing the platform for the organization to expand.
We are bringing and connecting new kinds of people together.
These are high school students working in a corporate environment with very little experience, and we were all amazed at how well they performed during the course of the summer.
When they work with Gus, they're experiencing the commercial real estate business at the highest level.
He's very respectful to the young people, and he takes time to hear them.
Really, really approachable, really down-to-earth, friendly guy. His yes is yes, and his no is no. He cuts to the chase, and he's a leader that serves and not a self-serving leader.
I think it's incumbent upon us as not only business leaders, but also as a society to do this and participate in these type of programs in urban areas. My grandparents immigrated to the United States, and they settled in Newark, New Jersey in 1905. And my father graduated from Barringer High School in 1929, and his family remained in Newark for their entire life. I grew up in Dover with my father and mother, but I spent many of my summers and much of my younger years in the city of Newark. And my aunt would take me down to my uncle's law office at 744 Broad Street.
It's a great tie-in for Gus, his family connection, where he's worked for a long time.
We developed a few million square feet with the Hartz organization. So I spent not only my youth, but a considerable amount of my business career involved with the city of Newark.
Gus is a thrill seeker, and he doesn't like boring sports, doesn't like golf.
When he's not driving a motorcycle, flying an airplane, or jumping out of one, he's actually a slow-paced kind of guy.
But I don't consider myself a risk taker. I consider myself one who manages risk very well.
He summed up our mission very simply. He said, raising the money for this budget's not a big deal if we have a lot of people doing a little bit.
Participation, not only at a financial level, but they should have some active involvement with the program. It doesn't take a lot of time, and again, on a relative basis, it doesn't take a lot of money in the aggregate to
provide a platform for these young children to really expand and to really give them opportunity to achieve what we've achieved.
Ladies and gentlemen, joined by the Development School for Youth graduate, Claudia Glaude, please give a big All-Stars welcome to Gus Milano. Woo! Bravo.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Wow, that was welcoming. Once again, good evening, and I'm glad that all of you came out here tonight to help celebrate Gus on this wonderful evening. My name is Claudia Glaude. I'm 16 years old and a graduate of the Development School for Youth. This summer, I had the opportunity of interning at Hartz Mountain. Yes, you can clap for that. It is amazing to see so many familiar faces tonight, especially the Hartz team, and including Gus Milano, who is here with me tonight, who supported me in succeeding as a member of a world-class business. This experience was certainly challenging and definitely different for me in many ways, but that made me want to learn more on how this world works, and so much more. Where I'm from in East Orange, parents often have to work long jobs and long hours, with nothing for the kids to do but hang out on the streets. They end up turning to crazy violence, such as stealing cars or drug dealing. Poverty is everywhere, and there doesn't seem to be anything but that. That's why All-Stars and people like Gus, who help support the All-Stars program, are very important. We are treated as peers in a positive environment that helps us try new things. And yes, although we mess up sometimes, we are given the privilege to try and try again. This is how we grow. We are learning to perform in a world in bigger ways with people who do it every day. The 14-week program of the Development School for Youth is like the rehearsal. We do mock job interviews, practice going to companies, and how to interact with people we don't know and who are really different from us. And then our internship is the play. And the play for me was at Hartz Mountain, which was awesome. I was so nervous at first, but by the end, I was part of the family, which was worth every nerve I encountered. Gus Milano, thank you for creating this new play with young people of the All-Stars. Your generosity and hands-on participation are changing our lives for the better, and we are proud to honor you tonight as our All-Star. Thank you.
Claudia, thank you. Very nice of you. One of our summer interns, obviously, and Tahaj Hawkins. I don't know if you're here, Tahaj, but you're also wonderful to have with us. Well, this is overwhelming, the amount of support that we have here tonight, and it's shocking how many people came that I know. Gerald Zalukel and Doug McKinstry from Principal Mutual Life came from Des Moines, Iowa. I think they set the record for traveling the furthest to come to this event. We have the Honorable Michael Cannelli, the mayor of Secaucus, here tonight. He has things so organized. He has matters so organized in Secaucus, he has spare time to come down here and help. Welcome, Mayor. Good evening. I would like to thank the All-Stars for allowing me to be here to accept this award on behalf of the entire Hartz Mountain team, which has worked to make this evening a success. I initially became active in the program after a 20-second conversation early one morning with Greg List, managing partner of Ernst & Young. He approached me and gave me a very quick, concise overview of the All-Stars and said that we should be involved. Needless to say,
I'm standing in front of you tonight, so apparently Greg was very effective with his 20-second message. From the moment I walked into the Scott Flam Center for After-School Development in Newark and was greeted by the young people hosting the event, I was immediately impressed. They would look you in the eye, shake your hand, and introduce themselves. I said, wow, this really works. This is something I would really enjoy being involved with. I trust that most of you had a similar reaction when you walked into the reception this evening. As previously mentioned a few times, I am personally connected and tied to Newark through family roots, and as many people in New Jersey are. And I have also had the opportunity to spend many years of my professional career with involvement in commercial developments throughout the city. I found that the All-Stars is one of the most effective ways to invest in Newark's young people and to improve the social fabric of the city and move Newark forward. We at Hartz have hired summer interns and conducted after-school workshops, which I encourage every organization with the capacity to do so to follow our footsteps. For these urban high school students to intern at the likes of an Ernst & Young, a Dun & Bradstreet, an Investors Bank, a Hartz Mountain Industries, is a life-changing experience. It is not only an invaluable experience for these students, but also an invaluable experience for those of us who directly participate in these programs. If you are interested in being involved in these programs, fill out the cards on the table and we'll be delighted to get back to you. This organization is privately funded, and most of my friends and business associates know what that means. So we are dependent on your continued support. As important, we hope that you can also become an advocate in promoting the program to other potential partners and contributors throughout the state. I would like to thank the Hartz team for its support, our President and CEO, Emmanuel Stern, Alan McGreeny, Peter Michelis, Erwin Horowitz, Larry Garb, Al Graham, Sal Gentile, my assistant Pat Cleary, Rosemary Jerkowitz, and Joanne Franzel, and everyone else in the organization whose name I don't have time to mention. Who supported the fundraising effort for tonight's dinner. In particular, I thank Debbie Stone, who was absolutely relentless and worked for the benefit up until the last minute before the start of tonight's cocktail hour. And of course, none of this would be possible for me if it were not for the lifelong support from my lovely wife, Harriet. She is always there with encouragement for whatever interest I might pursue. In closing, I thank Jim Gunning and all the dinner co-chairs, the board members, and the dedicated committed staff of the All-Stars Project, particularly Sue Davis, Chris Street, Greg Patterson, Lauren Ross, Bonnie Gilden. These are truly smart, dedicated professionals who are not only effective, but love what they do. And last, but far from least, I thank the remarkable Gloria Strickland, the leader and the program director who has made the All-Stars a continued success year in and year out. Thank you, Gloria. Now I ask all the All-Star students, hosts, and participants here to stand, please. All the All-Star participants, please stand. And let's give them a nice round of applause. Again, thank you all for attending this evening and supporting us, and I look forward to sitting down with you in the coming months to find ways you can help build this remarkable program. Thank you.
Tonight's honoree, Gus Milano. Did you guys have a good time tonight? I definitely had a great time. Thank you again for having me and allowing me to be your MC for the evening. Thank you for all of your support for the All-Stars Project of New Jersey. Have a great night.